Well, John, there's quite a lot of AstraZeneca news today. First of all, Italy, the Italian government stopped the export of 250,000 doses of AstraZeneca manufactured in Italy, but heading for Australia under the new EU export regime. So that's going to go down very badly down under. And then, as you said, here in Germany, there was indeed a U-turn from the Merkel government saying that over 65-year-olds can now use AstraZeneca. But as we found out, they're extremely reluctant to let the cameras into AstraZeneca vaccine centres because so many of the vials are sitting around still unused. In fact, what you're seeing now is a very rare image of a young policeman getting the AstraZeneca vaccine a few weeks ago in another part of Germany, and that's really the only footage we could find of it, and we ourselves were banned from filming it. There's a lot of politics here. There was a sort of chain reaction, of bad stuff. It started off with a lack of supply of AstraZeneca, as you know, a few months ago. It's now ended with a lack of confidence in AstraZeneca, and the government really has its work cut out and is astonished by its own lack of efficiency in this whole matter. Watch. Welcome to Berlin and its brand new ghost airport. Thanks to COVID, it's missing passengers, planes, and direct flights to exotic destinations like London. But there's more. Germany's experience with the pandemic has been a bit like Berlin's experience with this airport. It started well, and then it all went wrong. When it finally opened last October, Schönefeld Airport was a decade late and 4 billion euros over budget. It had become an embarrassing symbol of German inefficiency. One newspaper described it as a national disgrace. And of course, the timing of its opening couldn't have been worse, in the middle of the pandemic. But it turns out that that tale of inefficiency is a tale of two airports. But the second tale matters much more these days. The recently decommissioned airport of Tegel, believe it or not, this is the only place in Berlin, the capital city of Germany, where you can actually get an AstraZeneca jab should you want one. Now, given the recent controversy around that vaccine, given the public relations disaster and all the politics and all the unused jabs lying around, you would have thought they'd be desperate here to invite the cameras in and show them at their very best. Well, guess what? The exact opposite is the case, and we were even threatened with arrest if we didn't clear off the airport territory. We were escorted off the premises, and I tried to explain to the security supervisor that the purpose of our film was as benign as the jab itself. We're talking about vaccinations here, right? Since the elderly won't come, some young are summoned, like Julia, a trainee physio. You belong to a minority of Germans who've actually taken the AstraZeneca, right? Because most of the stuff is still lying around unused because people are doubtful about it. There's been so much politics around it. What do you say to them who refuse to take this jab?
I say to them that they should read the actually scientific research that has been done about that vaccination and the results they got. That is completely safe, that it will help us. So yeah, go for it, take it. I'm so happy that I got that appointment today.
We have 3 million doses of AstraZeneca right now and just a couple 100,000 being used.
One of Germany's leading immunologists blames lousy messaging.
To be honest, it was not just the politicians. There was a lot of media coverage that was false or overinflated. It was a real misunderstanding, and it was never corrected, to be honest. My suggestion was also that once this vaccine is licensed for the over 65-year-olds, then Angela Merkel, who is 66, may decide to take that shot and show everybody that she also has faith in the efficacy and the safety of that vaccine.
At a press conference late last night, Angela Merkel gave the AstraZeneca vaccine the green light, even if she didn't take up the invitation to get her jab on air. But will that convince the public, even the laid-back variant in the Neukölln neighborhood?
I would not take it. I think I would not take it.
Why?
Because I don't feel at risk.
Do you have any doubts about the vaccine?
Yes, indeed, the vaccine, maybe it's too strong, it has some side effects, and also it's not suitable for the new variants.
Ich will mich auch impfen lassen, weil
I want to get vaccinated to protect myself, Vaisel told me, but also because it'll protect others. I don't have the right to infect or kill them. It's still too early to count the final cost of COVID, here or anywhere. Yes, Germany is playing catch-up on vaccines, but it's also lost far fewer citizens to the virus than the UK so far. One very quick EU footnote. The European Parliament has said that it won't ratify the trade treaty with Britain after Brexit unless Britain drops its unilateral extension of the transition period in Northern Ireland. Big news here tonight